Anyway, I'm going to pop you onto mute as always, and if you're on replay, make sure you do what is right for you, and take the options. But we've got a really, lovely, gentle class this morning anyway. Obviously a little bit of work, but okay. So we're going to start in our Pilates relaxation position, and really all we need is our mat. Now I'm indoors, you might be outside, and I'm just going to use that little blanket for the back of my head. But come down onto your mat and join me in the Pilates relaxation position, which is feet flat to the floor, knees to the ceiling, and arms at the side of your body. Yes, exactly that. Just take a moment then to check in with like a little body scan, really. Noticing the back of your head on your blanket or wherever you are there. Welcome if you're just popping on. We've literally just started. Welcome, welcome. And notice if you've got the length in the back of the neck. So rather than jamming your chin down, or maybe your pillow's a little bit too high that it's taking you into that little jam position for the neck. So just make sure of that. And then maybe you can feel a bit of coolness under your hands. If you're on the floor like me, I've got a nice cool floor if you're outside or whatever you are. Good, and then noticing our shoulders are relaxed. There's a little bit of space between the ears and the shoulders. The back of the ribs may be touching the mat. You might notice there's a gentle curve in your lower back. All different, we're all different, aren't we? And then we've got knees up to the sky, and we might notice our feet, either in our socks or otherwise. And let's just take 5 breaths here. Maybe close your eyes. Could you breathe in the cool air? And we'll breathe out a little bit of extra heat that might already be building up. And as you do 3 more breaths or so, noticing that yes, the heat can help our joints and our muscles work well, but also we can get that little bit of fluid retention, can't we, in the hands and feet particularly. So kind of be gentle with yourself today if you're noticing any of that. And our last breath here. Beautiful. When you're ready, bring both arms up towards the ceiling. That might be enough for you today. So you can take the arms back to the side of the body, or continue taking the arms back. Now we're doing that without changing anything through our back or shoulder position. Yes, there'll be a little bit of movement of our shoulders up, but we're not hugging the shoulders up round the ears. We're then going to draw the arms gently, gradually back to the start position. Yeah, lovely. Now, can you move your arms up or up and over your head, keeping your back fairly still? Yeah, beautiful. And we talk about that arm bone into shoulder socket feeling, don't we? So we're really beautifully controlled as we're moving the arms. Wonderful. Yeah, and we might even notice there's a little bit of breeze when we take the arms up and over if we're doing that. And just kind of taking note how the body feels. Bringing the arms back to the side of the body, relax. When you're ready, left leg strides out or stretches out away from you. So it's a heel slide. Your foot is a little bit off the ground. You could flex your foot and then return your foot back to your start position. We'll do the same to the other side, keeping your hips still. Your right leg stretches out, and then you might flex your foot, you might not. And your foot can be, 1 or 2 centimeters off the floor if that suits you, or it could be sliding along the floor. We'll do that again, left to right, so you're reaching out. Yeah, that's it, beautiful. And then you're returning home. So keeping our hips and back still, noticing the backs of the shoulders and the back of the ribs, and getting that wonderful stretch. Good. Lovely. We'll do that left to right 1 more time. Lovely pace, ladies, there. And if you're on replay, don't worry if you're going a little bit faster or a little bit slower. Yeah, just depending on how you're feeling today. Reach and stretch. Good, and then come all the way back to the start. So this time we're going to take the right arm, just the right arm, up towards the sky and maybe a little bit over the head. And then bring the right arm back. Yeah. And then the left arm. So the left arm is going to come up, have that sense of arm bone into shoulder socket, space between the ear and the shoulder, and then coming back. Now, the next time the right arm moves, I want you to stretch out your left leg, and this time we're going to add a point. So it's our starfish. So all the same principles in place, back of the body on the mat, same position of the back, stretch, and then return it. You've got it. We'll do the same to the other side. And we've got this lovely control, haven't we, as we do that? This lovely control, a lovely flow. Very nicely done. Good. We'll try that again. One more time each side, keeping our body still as we move our arm and leg. And then our last one is going to be our left arm and our right leg. So some of us might already be there doing that one. And just make sure you've evened everything up. Beautiful. Really well done. Let's bring the knees into chest. Lightly hold onto your shins and draw the legs in. And then I'd like us just to circle, by keeping your legs together, can you circle your knees around to one direction or in one direction? Breathing, relaxing, maybe even again, just tapping into closing your eyes and noticing your breath. Good, and then let's go the other way as well. Yeah, let's go the other way. So massaging the lower back and the hips as we do that. And again, breathing in some cooler air, breathing out a little bit of heat if it's there for you. And then come to pause. Fabulous. Could we hold the right shin or the right back of thigh? Good. Put the left foot down and then stretch the left leg out. That's it. So the same heel slide we just did, but now I want you to have that kind of counterbalance with pulling in the right, stretching out the left. You've got it. Then we slowly come back. It doesn't have to be too forced, and you can have the hands in the back of the thigh. So left leg comes in. So have a look here. You could have the hand, if the knee feels a little bit tricky, it's quite nice just to hold onto the thigh. So we're folding in the left leg and we're stretching out the right. Yes, exactly that. And again, just a little bit more emphasis on drawing in one leg and stretching out the other. Let's do that one more time each side. So folding in the right, stretching out the left. Breathing, steady breaths as we go. Good, and then let's do the last one, folding in the left and stretching out the right. Beautiful. Take your time, breathe, stretch. That's all we're doing. Now, the next time the right leg comes in, we'll leave the arms at the side of the body. Maybe even give the fingers a little flick and a wiggle there. And then circle your knees without holding onto the legs. Can you circle the knees wide and together? Do not worry which way you're going. Yeah, that's it. And we're just circling the thigh bone around that hip joint. Go the other way for me. Again, almost feeling like we're creating a little bit of breeze as we move the legs. Check in with the length in the back of the neck, the breath. Check in with the shoulders. Oh, sorry, guys, sorry. So your legs are going wide. So it's the hip roll. Sorry, I didn't see you doing the doubles there. So both legs go wide. So your right knee goes to the right. That's it. But you're not using your hands. And then you draw the legs back together. So you're circling the legs wide and then together. Wide, that's it. Then go the other way. Now, obviously, if you prefer, just have the fingertips guiding you. But we're just giving the upper body a little bit of rest there as well. Good, there's our last one. Yeah, superb. Put your feet down, take a breather. Take the arms wide, let your legs drift to the left, turn your head to the right, breathe. A little bit deeper breath than you might normally do or you might have done so far today. And then we'll do the same to the other side. Drift the legs over to the right, turn your head to the left, and breathe. That's it. And again, just a little bit longer or deeper breath than you might have done already today. And then gradually make your way back to the start. Now, right leg comes in, last bit on our back, hamstring stretch, right leg stretches up. Do you want to hold behind your calf? Do you want to hold onto your trousers? Do you want to hold onto the back of your thigh? Now, whatever's going to work for you here. And actually, I'm quite happy just sticking my leg up in the air. Backs on the mat, remember, legs stretching up, and we want to find a pull down the back of the leg. That's all we're looking for. Finish that by bending the knee and then circling the ankle. So can you stir the ankle? And I know this is pretty tight for me. You know, not only the temperature, but also all that bare feet and flip-flop wearing, which is great, isn't it? But then just requires a little bit of effort for our feet as well. Let's go the other way with our ankles first. Yeah, and some of us are holding on to the leg as well, so that's quite nice, isn't it? Just to relax if you want to do that. So you've done several of your ankle stirs each way. And then you're putting your foot down. Now your left leg comes up, takes a stretch up. I'm just going to keep the leg in the air and relax the upper body. Breathing, relaxing, taking in that cool breeze if it's there. Lengthening your leg up, finding that long stretch down the back of the leg, these tight areas. When you're ready, bend your knee and then circle the ankle. Just getting that lovely stir around the ankle. And you could hold on to the leg if you wanted, or just relax the upper body, whichever suits you. Let's do the same in the opposite direction, really making a meal of those stirs. Well done. And then relax. Superb. We're going to pop onto our side. So really make your transition slow, no rush. Literally fold yourself over. Find your blanket to support you, or your cushion, or your little pillow, whatever you've got. Basic side leg lift, basic inner thigh lift, quad stretch. Everything we know, slow, controlled. Well done if you're having a little sip of water there as well. I'm terrible, I've got my tea on the side there. So bottom leg's bent, top leg is straight. You're looking at the line of your leg. You can see your foot. I know some, obviously chest can be in the way, so do have a look at that in your own body there. So you want to be able to see your foot. Have a quick look at the line that the line of your body here, that your hips are stacked and your leg is literally straight away from you. Yeah? Then settle yourself here. Fingertips can come in front, or you can just rest, whatever feels good. And then your top leg lifts a little bit higher than hip height and then comes back to that hip height position-ish. Yeah? So that's 2, we've got 15, so we've just got 1 set. Here's 3. I want you to lift the leg so that you can feel that outer thigh and hip connection and probably the buttock connection as well. So you're lifting high enough up and with purpose. Yeah, and then as you come down, you're using that inner thigh as well. So almost like we're pushing through a little bit of, something firm, or we've got maybe even that sense of an ankle weight, or even our band around the foot. So that's creating that resistance there. 5. Good, we're going for 4. Lift and lower, really well done. Relax the upper body. Neck and shoulders. 3, we're going for 2, and we're going for 1. Fabulous. So we're getting that whole outer thigh, hip, buttock. Rest down. I know, just that 1 set with purpose We still notice it, don't we? Breather here. Good. And then when you're ready, slip your top knee forward in our semi-recovery position and extend your bottom leg. Now, once you're there, check this bottom hip feels comfortable. And then I want you to draw your bottom leg up so both seams of your clothes meet, or your inner thighs, and then lower down. And then the same 15, but we're now going to keep the leg lifted. So you're not going to relax down each time. There's 3, foot stays relaxed. There's 4. You can adjust this front leg to make sure you feel comfortable. There's 5. Length through the spine, breathing. 6. Here we go, 7. Squeeze the thighs together at the top. 8. Beautiful. You might be exhaling up. You might be inhaling up. 9. Here's 10. Beautiful stuff. We've got 5 to go. 5, 4, lovely. 3, we've got 2 to do. And then here's our last one. Stay there for me. Now take a little pulse at the top. 10, 9, 8. Make sure you're breathing. 7, 6. Breathe. 5. Relax into it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then lower the bottom leg down. Bring both legs together, take a little breather. Well done. And then we'll take the top of the foot to bring the heel back, going into our quad stretch, our front of thigh stretch. Well done. Very well done. Just have a look, tempting to have the knee up. See if we can have the thighs in parallel. Yeah. So, and double check that you're feeling the stretch down the front of your thigh. That's it. Well done. And then you can, like we do, like with a hip flexor stretch, almost lengthen yourself up a little bit with your upper body. So we've got that whole pull, haven't we, through the front of the body there, just as we would with a kneeling hip flexor stretch. So we can shine our chest forward and our gaze forward. Well done. Last breath here. Good. And then slowly release the leg. And then again, just take a little breather there. We'll make our way slowly up to our seated position, or roll yourself around to the other side, because we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So if you'd rather do a little roly-poly over to the other side, then do that. Otherwise, come with me. Take a breather, take a breath or so, and then let's come down onto the other side. Good, take your time, have a sip of water as you go, that's it, well done. Or, you know, a glug. And then let's set ourselves up here. So again, you might need an extra little bit of cushioning under that bottom hip, so please feel free to do that. And then we stretch out the top leg. We make sure we can see our foot. So again, if chest there, you might need to look a little bit further like that. And then you've got your hips stacked. You can see your foot, your leg is hip height, and then we're going to lift and lower. That's it. So 15 of those. Very nice, slow and controlled. And once you've got into that groove, think about a little bit of resistance as you go up and a little bit of resistance as you go down, if you can. Now, don't worry, if you're like hot and sweaty, then just do the movement and don't even worry about thinking about it. Because I do know if I start thinking and sort of contemplating anything, that literally sends my body into some sort of extra midlife heat wave anytime, let alone in a heat wave. So, you know, just doing the movement is absolutely fine. I know you know what I mean. So coming up, 5, good. We don't have to do anything with the foot. 4, good. 3, using that inner thigh as you come down. 2, good. And then last one, and recover. Well done. And we say, don't we, just never seems to get a lot easier with those side moves. So here we are, having our little breather. And then our top knee comes forward as if we're going into a recovery position. I'm hoping we don't need that today. And then get yourself comfy with the bottom leg bent. And then again, you might just move your top leg into a suitable position. So we're lifting our bottom leg to the top and we're lowering the leg down. That's it. We're lifting, and then once you've got into the groove, think about the legs staying lifted and the inner seams of your shorts or just your, your skin, inner thigh there, meeting at the top. 5, here we go, 6, steady breath, 7, make your adjustments where you need, 8, beautiful, 9, lovely, 10, we've got 5 to do. Find your breath pattern here. 5, fabulous, 4, lovely, 3, superb, 2, and then your last one, come up, stay there. Breathe into the pulses, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that was a round of 10, just I know you've done the other 2. And then lower the leg down. Ease your way back. Then when you're ready, take the back of the trousers, the sock or the top of the foot, ease the heel back and then budge the knee back, noticing that the thighs are parallel-ish. And then again, we might just lengthen out through the front of the body, gaze ahead, shine our chest forward, draw our heel back towards the bottom and maybe send that knee a little bit further away from us. Making sure we've got a stretch down the front of our thighs. Breathing, stretching, enjoying. And then relax. Well done. Now, we're coming onto our tummies just for the swan extension, but it definitely can increase our temperature when we're kind of lying and we haven't got that kind of breeze around us. So we've just got one set of 10 and then we'll come off that just to keep us nice and cool. So pop yourself onto your tummy and then bring ourselves to our swan position, which is fingertips level-ish with the eye line. And if you're on replay today or you're here today, sometimes it feels nicer with the arms at the side of the body, and then we don't have to worry about moving the arms back or pressing onto the arms if that can, feel a little bit uncomfortable with the shoulders. So you're welcome to be here and do the exact same movement, but without obviously having to move the arms forward and back. Yeah, so either or is good. So here we are, we're coming up, we're stretching out the legs, we're lifting our upper body. The hands are lightly on our mat, grass or carpet, wherever we are, and then we're gradually coming back down. Yeah, and again, like I say, we can do exactly the same, stretch the legs and lift the upper body. Now, as we do our last 6 or 8, depending on where you are, whatever you're doing, I want you to imagine I've got hold of the back of the t-shirt and I'm literally just pulling you off the ground. I'm just lifting your upper body up and lowering you slowly back down. So have that image that I'm standing above someone standing above you, might not be me, just maybe a little bit of a string on the back of the t-shirt pulling you up, little pulley, and then you're slowly coming back down. We're stretching out the legs, we're reaching out through the spine, so we just got that sense of lengthening. Yeah, beautiful. And let's just do that again. We'll do another 3 or 4 of those, depending on where we are. Very nice. Very lovely and light on the hands and the forearms, or if you've got your arms at the side of your body, you can let your arms lift as well, if that feels good for you. Really well done. Fabulous. Good, and then our next one's going to be our last one. And then we'll rest all the way down and recover. Bring your hands in front, rest your forehead on your hands, take a breath here. Let's just lift the feet, bending our knees. Yeah, just get ourselves comfy and then let the legs roll from side to side, just creating a little bit of a draft So both legs travel over to the right, both legs travel over to the left. So just like a little drip, little kind of breeze blowing around our feet, and just that movement, just notice that. Breathing in, breathing out. Good, we'll do that 4 more times. Really well done. Good, and then we might be doing that one as our last one, and we can lower our legs down. Now slowly make your way to 4-point kneeling. So up onto our forearms, and then up into 4-point kneeling. Just readjusting my baggy top here. Good, and then we'll just bring ourselves into 4-point kneeling, and we're going to do a combination of cat, cow if you want it, and thread of the needle. So I'll do it with you now, wherever you are. So we'll go into our cat, sending our tailbone towards the ground and the crown of our head towards the ground. And again, that could be a continuous breath today, or any breath pattern that works. And then we come back through the center. We send the bottom high, our chest forward, if we want to do that, or we go back to our cat. So you could do your cat again if you wanted. And then we'll all come back to a lengthened back. Doesn't matter which arm, the palm faces your chest. I'll show you from here. Your opposite elbow bends, and we thread through to our thread of the needle, lowering our shoulder, bending our supporting elbow, maybe lowering the side of the head. We come all the way back to our start position and pause. Well done. And then we do the same round of cat to cow again before we do the other thread. So we send our tailbone down, the crown of our head down, and then we come back to a lengthened back, or tailbone high, chest high. Good, and then back to our long back, and then it's our opposite hand threads through. Yes, lovely. Beautifully done, ladies. Beautiful long spine. Hips staying still. It doesn't matter if we nudge the hips back a little bit off the hands there. Or sorry, to take the weight off the hands, not that the hips were on the hands. And then come back to our start. Let's do all that again. So we'll round into our cat. Find your breath, make a bigger shape if you can. And then through to our cow pose or another cat. Lovely. Through to our lengthened back, and then thread of the needle to one side, bend the elbow, lower the shoulder, drift through to that lovely thread, and then gradually come back. Absolutely brilliantly done. Last round through, rounding into our cat, breathing in and out as turns up for you. Through into our cow pose. Again, just creating a little bit of breeze as we do that. Back to our long back, and then our last thread of the needle. Very well done. Breathing in, breathing out, thread through to the other side, and then come back to our start position. Now from here, we're going to just sit onto our bottoms. And I'm actually going to sit on my blanket as well. Good. Bend knees. Yeah, bend knees, whatever you want, really, with the legs. And then we'll bring ourselves to our little spine twist position here. And do remember, if sitting isn't comfortable for your back, just pop yourself onto your knees, or even do the exercise in standing. Yeah, you can do it on a chair as well. So here's good. We're going to do exactly the same if you don't want to sit. Yeah. So lengthening up, relaxing our shoulders, turning towards the camera side. Good, and then having a little look back if that's suitable for your neck. Yeah, lovely. And then come back to your central position. So we'll do the same to the other side. So looking away from the camera side, you've got it. And then coming back to the start. And this is really the same as we've just done with the thread of the needle. So rotating round, looking back. And then coming back to our start. Fabulous. Now, not rushing it, thinking about the waist moving, then the middle back moving, and then our little glands, and then back to our start position. So we'll just relax down for a moment, and then we'll add some breath in here as well on this one. So breathing in center, breathing out as you rotate round. Good, lovely. And then can you open just your back arm or your camera arm? Don't worry if that's not going to happen for your shoulder there, so you can stay here. But if you wanted, you're reaching back, lovely, and then come back to your start position. Well done, Pippa, well done, Debbie there. Making it suitable for you, right for you. Rotate round, Pilates for you, that's what we are. And then you can do the same on that side. Can you open that arm a little bit? Yeah, lovely. You might decide not to do that. And then draw the arm back and bring yourself back to your central position, one more each way. So you might be with your rotation, exhaling. You might add the inhale as you open, and then the exhale for everything to come back and close. Last one, breathing in, breathing out, rotate round. Really well done. Beautiful shoulder position. Good. And then we might extend that arm as our last one. Lovely. And then come gradually back to our central position and relax. Now, as we relax, we're going to fold over the legs. Just let ourselves fold, let our head hang. Now, a seated forward fold is calming and cooling. And you might have done that in your yoga last night, but you know how we use it for kind of a nighttime position. So it helps everything to calm down, calming the nervous system down. And that actually obviously helps reduce heat as well. So it is a lovely position to be in just for cooling the body and mind. Now, I love this one, being able to drape over my arms over my legs, but you can do it however you want. You know, you can stack up your cushions and rest on your cushions as well. And then we'll slowly come up. So have that in the bag if you get super hot today. Now we're going to come off our blanket, and we've got a little bit of work to do with our roll-up prep. And then we get to go back onto our mat and do some final lovely stretching. Okay, so I want us just to be on our sitting bones and then have our hands into the backs of the thighs. And then literally just start by having your t-shirt being pulled back into that rounded position. Beautiful, ladies, beautiful, absolutely perfect. And then gradually bring yourself back to your start position. Now, if you felt that was a little bit too much on the coccyx, remember, you can always put your blanket back as well. So all we're doing is rounding back. Yeah, lovely. Rounding our way back and then gradually bringing ourselves up to our seated position. Lovely. We'll do that again, a slight change. Round yourself back. Take your hands away from your thighs. And then bring yourself back to your start position. Yeah, so come with me now. We'll do that together now. So start with the hands in the backs of the thighs. Round yourself back. Do you remember our pelvic tilt? Our t-shirt pulling us back towards the back of the mat. Reach the arms ahead and then bring yourself back to your upright position. We're going to do one more the same. And this is a lovely way to build up that confidence for the roll up. So we're going back, we're reaching the arms out ahead, and then we're coming back to our start position, okay? So then we'll do the opposite way. We can go back with the arms straighter, slip the hands into the backs of the thighs, and let the arms and the hands help us back to sitting. Yeah, reaching the arms out, you're heading back, rounding yourself back, and then scoop the hands to the backs of the thighs to draw yourself back to your upright position. Lovely. One more exactly the same. Round yourself back, gentle pelvic tilt, gentle C-curve, slip the hands into the backs of the thighs, and then round yourself all the way back to sitting. Yes, very, very nicely done. And we can use that technique when we go a little bit further back. So, you know, when we go, you know, a little bit further back, heading towards the full roll up, and then again, you can just creep yourself back to your start position. We're not going to worry about that today because we're going to stay cool. Okay, now have your blanket or whatever you've got for the back of your head, and then could you have your yoga strap or Pilates band or just a towel? Just a towel. I'm going to meet you on your mat. So grab those if you're heading off to grab those, and then meet me on the mat on your back. Yeah, well done. Yeah, just pausing for a moment. Getting yourself comfy. Yeah, lovely. And when everybody's back in place, let's stick the right leg up. So right leg comes in. I've got my yoga strap today, but that's actually only because my Pilates band's in the car. So I'm just being lazy. So it doesn't matter what you've got. And a towel is just as wonderful. And a scarf, we use scarves a lot as well, don't we? So anything that's going to allow you to add a little bit of kind of leverage, a little bit of purchase. So we're back to that hamstring stretch that we did right at the beginning. But what I'd like us to do now is stretch out the left leg as well. Now, it doesn't have to be all the way across the mat, but it might be a little bit away. I'm going to go long, but you might be here. But you've taken it a little bit further away. And that's going to help us keep our back on the mat and help us stretch our leg up a little bit. And we might work just to straighten the back of the knee a little bit. We might not. So it just depends on our hips and knees and backs. But then straight away, we're going to take our right leg to the left. And we come into the outer thigh, hip, buttock area, don't we? And if possible, your back is still on the mat. So yes, your right buttock will have lifted a little bit. The fabric of your bottom, like we say, don't we? But you might feel the sacrum, you know, the heavy bony bit still on the mat. Breathing and stretching and enjoying. Well done. When you're ready, we can bring the leg back to the centre and then take your right leg to the right. And then we come into our regular inner thigh stretch and groin stretch. We might even take the left arm out to the side, and then we've got loads of space to create some wonderful air around the body. This is another lovely cooling one. We'll come back to our start position, and then we'll switch legs. So we'll put the left foot in, the right foot down, and then we'll stretch out our right leg a little bit if you wanted. That's it. Relax the shoulders, breathe, cool yourself down. When you're ready, take your left leg to the left. Stretching out all the way down the outer thigh and hip. Oh, sorry, take your left leg to the right. Well done, you actually did do what I asked. But you can do that, but we did it this way on the other side. Not that it matters and we don't have to be fussy, but thank you. Thank you for knowing I was wrong. And then we'll come back. And this is probably one of my favourites for creating that bit of coolness, because we can get the inner thighs and we can get the whole front of body. And if you take your right arm out to the right, with the left leg to the left, we've got this whole lovely space to get some lovely air around the body. And apart from sticking ourselves in the fridge, this is quite good. Inner thigh groin stretch. Going steadily. Really well done. We'll gradually bring our leg back to the start position. Bend the knee, take the strap off your foot and put the strap to the side. And then we're just going to bring ourselves back to our relaxation position and just completely cool ourselves down with our arms wide of the body, our back of the head. Just revisit that comfortable position, relax our shoulders and breathe. Noticing a cool, easy breath in. And maybe expelling that slightly warmer air. We're not forcing our breath, we're just letting the breath drift in and drift away. And as we stay with the breath, I want you to notice all the areas of your body that are cool, that are noticing the breeze, the touch of the mat or the grass or the floor. So notice all those areas are cool. Maybe the nostrils as we're breathing in the cooler air. Maybe your face, arms, hands if they're open to a little bit of breeze. Our feet. All those areas that are completely cool. Two more rounds of breath. Staying with this feeling, ease. And then when you're ready, we'll make our way slowly over to one side and then even more slowly up to sitting.